Hey guys, very good morning, and it's 17th day. So I started my live streaming very late today because it's Saturday, and I just wanted to have some peace, some self of restness. Like I don't know exactly what do we say it, but the thing is that what I'm trying to say here is I I'm doing this live streaming very late because I wanted to take some rest. I wanted to sleep for a while. I wanted to spend some time here and there. That is why I'm doing this live streaming very late. Because on Saturday I don't have much work my related to my job and all. So I don't have to like be in a hurry. But in weekdays I'm like literally not sleeping, no, very hurrying in the things, like doing this, that. So it's kind of very much hectic for me sometimes. Not sometime in weekdays, but I try to relax today. I'm just because of that I started doing this live streaming very late. But anyway, I thought that I'm not gonna do or something. I was feeling like I was feeling very bored, not bored, kind of procrastinating. But again, I thought that okay, it's okay. You can take time, you can relax, you can do live streaming when you have time. It's not like that. Okay, if you are not doing live streaming in the morning only, in the morning in the sense like around 8 o'clock, then only you have to like you will complete your challenge, or you will think something else. Why you didn't complete your challenge around 8 o'clock? It's your commit, you should do this. I mean, you are trying to force yourself. When you are committing something, you don't have to force yourself. Okay, if you were not able to complete your challenge at the time, let's say you have committed yourself that you are going to do everyday reading challenge. Okay, we are doing that. But you usually following that you are going to do these YouTube live streaming in the morning around 8 o'clock, and you missed that. Let's say you almost missed 3 to 4 hours in the morning. And now you are feeling, who is gonna watch? Why I'm doing right now? It's not of use. You are feeling of like something. There is one feeling, I don't know the name of it, but when we are committed to do something, let's say you have decided in the night, early in the morning you will wake up and you will read for a while, and if you didn't do that, then you will feel bad about yourself, that why you didn't do. And just because of that feeling, you won't be able to perform this thing in the day. After that period of time, you just think that okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it definitely. But again same thing happens. And if it happens, then what happens, like it's like, again I'm saying like but if it happen, then we get used to it, that okay, why we are doing it again and again. So it's kind of that we are overwhelmed by this thing. So we shouldn't be. We should be able to continue our things even if you are missing one day. Let's say you missed your one day challenge, it doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it or you are not capable of doing it. There was some circumstances because you missed it, but you tried it. But the thing is that there should be solid reason for that, like you shouldn't feel bad about it. Let's say yesterday you were so busy in the sense you were having some homework, you were having some your professional work, you were having some other work, health work related to like all those things, and in between those you own like you were not able to complete your challenge at that particular day, and you are feeling bad why you didn't do that. But it's not like that. It's okay if you are not doing, then it's okay, you can perform whenever you get time, whenever. But keep in mind, you should make a time, and if you are trying to make a time even though you are not able to accomplish your challenge, then it's okay, you have next time. You can find an X. You can decide. You can like have your schedule. Try to solve it like that. Don't feel bad about yourself, because our emotion is literally damn, I can say, good as well as bad, dangerous, because our brain works completely on emotions. And if we feel something, then definitely we are going to behave in a different manner. So just try to understand your brain, try to understand your emotions, and based on that, keep actions. So what I'm trying to say here is that you don't have to like understand complete brain structure and all those things, emotions, and just keep in mind whenever you miss a single day, it's not like that. It doesn't mean that you will always miss it. There was some reason because of which you missed it. And if you have, even right now listening, if you have time, then skip my video and go and just commit your, like, do your challenge. You will feel good about yourself, that you don't need a particular time or you don't need particular situation in order to perform your challenge or commit whatever you have committed. It doesn't need any kind of circumstances, situations, or any kind of condition. You have to do it and you will do it and you are performing it. That is the thing that we have to do. That is why I'm doing it right now. Like I didn't think much about the time, like when I'm doing or why I didn't do in the morning, because as I wanted to sleep, because sleep also is very important. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like fresh. So it's important. So I took that. So I don't have any bad feeling for me. Okay, why I didn't do in the morning? It's okay. I slept. I would have slept till now as well, but I didn't get sleep, so I just started doing my own things, like doing these, that, relaxed, all those things. So the point is here is that you have to just keep going, no matter what it is, no matter what time it is, no matter what you are feeling. Just try doing it again and again. Keep going. You'll feel better after certain period of time. So that's the thing for now. For introduction, this is our introduction. We start our live streaming like this only. Anyway, let's start now. Try to read slow or something like that. Something like that. There are lots of things that I will improve. It's just 17th day, and I guess I'm feeling very much better that I'm able to speak in front of camera. Right now camera, I can't see the audience and all those, like there is no one in my live streaming even though I'm talking, because I'm talking to camera. My eyes movement, my behavior in this body language and all is going to change, because I'm noticing it. Whenever I complete my video, whenever I complete my live streaming, after completing it I go to my videos and see each video, not each, whatever the video I have completed, I see that, and based on that I try to think about it, that what I can do so that I can be better from yesterday. Better than yesterday. But anyway, let's start. I'll try to read slowly. Notice any sense of pleasure that's already present. Scan the sense of sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell for pleasure in the background or foreground or of awareness. In your mind, see if there is anything funny, interesting, or aesthetically pleasing. Also create a pleasure by being nice to your body, looking for beauty, joking around, using your hands in a craft, taking beautiful photographs, or doing a favorite activity. Spend a minute or a day looking for things that give you pleasure. Explore your favorite pleasure in depth, slowing down and really focusing on the experience. Open to a pleasure and help it last. Keep returning attention to it and release any thought that you are not allowed to feel. This pleasure, relish it much as you might take a half a minute to let a bite of chocolate, truffle, slowly melt in your mouth. Receive the pleasure fully and let it flow through you without trying to hang on it. Embody this experience by moving toward or into the source of pleasure or by murmuring in pleasure, reflecting briefly on how pleasure is relevant to you, how it is important in your life. A sense intent that pleasure is sinking into you as you sink into it. Like water seeping into soil, pleasure is becoming part of you, a resource you can take with you whatever no, wherever you go. You feel how pleasure is settling into you without you trying to hold on it. Let yourself feel that in this moment there is enough, no need for wanting more. Be aware of pleasure and any pain. You keep the positive experience of pleasure more prominent in awareness, in the sense that these feelings of pleasure are soothing and going into my pains inside. When you want, let go of any negative material and just stay with the sense of pleasure a few times over the next hour, a dozen or more seconds at a time. Be aware of only neutral or positive material such as a sense of pleasure, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger. People, situations, ideas of feeling pain. Gratitude and gladness. Gratitude is the feeling of thankfulness about something you have been given. Gladness is more gentle sense of feeling pleased, rewarded, delighted, or happy about something without necessarily being a gift. Much of the time, these two sweet feelings form a blend. So we will explore them together here. Gratitude, gladness, and related feelings like appreciation may seem so homey and hallmark card dish that they are easy to dismiss. But studies in fact show that cultivating them has lasting and important benefits, including lifting your mood, increasing satisfaction with life, and building resilience. Notice feeling of gratitude or gladness that are already present in your mind. Perhaps there is background sense of being glad about where you live, or you are pleased that your child is in a good mood today. As you go about your day, be particularly attentive to any feelings of gratitude or gladness that naturally arise. Also create an experience of gratitude or gladness by looking for things to feel grateful for or glad about. They could be seemingly small or simple. Perhaps something nice happened recently, or you have enough food, or you have a friend who likes you. You could feel grateful for a pet, flower blossoming, blooming, good fortune, helping hands, are the gifts of life itself. Reflect in similar ways about your past and future. Find things to feel grateful for or glad about in the lives of others. Help the knowing of these facts become experiences of gratitude and gladness. Open to gratitude and gladness. Explore what these experiences are like and keep them going. Gently help them become as rich and intense as possible, filling your whole body. Open to related feelings such as joy, ease, or fulfillment. Embody gratitude and gladness by smiling, to bouncing up and down in delight, softening your face, or reaching your arms out to the world. Let gratitude and gladness sink into you as you give your mind to gratitude and gladness. Let yourself feel content that there is already plenty now for you in this moment, and that you don't need to chase after or hold on to anything more. Be aware of gratitude and gladness and feelings of disappointment or loss. Keep making gratitude and gladness more prominent, and if you get carried away by the negative material, drop it from awareness. Sense that gratitude and gladness are connecting with any disappointment or loss. Imagine that some of the many things you feel grateful for or glad about are showering down into and gradually filling any emptiness inside. Perhaps gratitude and gladness are touching young parts of you that felt unhappy. And then, when you want, let go of any negative material and stay with the sense of gratitude and gladness a few times over the next hour, a dozen or more seconds at a time. Be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as a sense of gratitude and gladness, while also bringing bringing to mind a neutral trigger of disappointment or loss. Position emotion. Any positive emotion is an opportunity to enjoy living and to feel satisfied here and now. Positive emotions also have any physical health benefits, including boosting your immune system, protecting your cardiovascular system, and increasing the odds of long life. It's wonderful that there are so many good feelings that you can explore and enjoy as you would urge the many rides in a vast amusement park. For example, the approaching system includes interest, eagerness, inspiration such as success, abundance, cheerfulness, exhilaration, carefulness, bliss, light-heartedness, and joy, and feeling fortune for bliss. Now, there are another positive feeling in the avoiding and attaching system, such as peacefulness and love. Now, because there are so many different positive emotions. In the practice below, I'll just use good feeling. Now you can replace it with any word you like, and my suggestions will be simple and open-ended. Notice when there is any good feeling in the foreground or background of your awareness, or create one using the method in chapter 6. For example, think of something in your life these days or in your past that makes you happy. Open to the good feeling, let it fill you and become more intense. Stay with it, help it last, make room for it in your mind. Find ways to embody it, such as letting an appropriate expression come over your face, or shifting your posture or body language to match the feeling. Be aware of how this good feeling could be relevant to you. Help the good feeling sink into you, like the warmth from a mug of hot tea spreading into your hands. Let the good feeling we encourage a sense of satisfaction, of fulfillment, so there is no basis now for grasping for anything more. Be aware of both the good feeling and a related bad feeling. For example, you could be aware of both cheerfulness and glumness, confidence and self-doubt, happiness and sadness, or abundance and scarcity. Focus on the good feeling with the bad feeling of in the wings of awareness. Imagine or sense that the good feeling is connecting with the bad one, perhaps zipping into it like a soothing balm, gradually easing and replacing it. When you want, let go of the bad feeling and experience only the good one. A few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material such as a good feeling, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of a bad feeling. Accomplishment and agency. Accomplishment is the feeling of attaining a goal, and the agency is the sense of being able to make something happen. These experiences actually occur together, so we will explore both of them here. Now, you accomplish many things every day, most of them relatively small and easy to overlook, such as getting the kids off to school, finishing a shift at work, buying groceries, or returning a phone call. You also accomplish things through restraint, such as letting others have their say endurance, getting through a bout of back pain. Each of these accomplishment is a chance to experience gratification and success rather than frustration and failure. Agency, being able to make things happen, is the opposite of helplessness. You might know what it's like to feel trapped, immobilized, defeated, or despairing. This experience of futility, that there is nothing you can do, can easily become a learned helplessness that is both hard to change and a major risk for depression. To prevent this attitude or to help undo it repeatedly, take an experience of agency, of feeling like a hammer instead of a nail. The light is gone. Notice when you are already feeling good about having attained a goal. Also pay attention when you make choice or initiate actions, especially little ones like deciding what you think about something, shifting into a more comfortable position, or reaching for the salt shaker. Also create a sense of accomplishment or agency by special attention to things you get done over the course of a day. Reflect on a major achievement, including the many little little achievements that led up to it. Look back over your life at the things you got through and can put behind you, from learning to walk to finishing high school. Consider how you have added value in situations or to the other people. Recall ways you have influenced others or played a leadership role. Be aware of choice you have made. Let knowing these facts become experience of accomplishment or agency. When you find an experience of accomplishment or agency, open to it and let it fill you. Help it last and become more intense. Help conviction grow inside that you have made things happen, that you are competent and effective, and that you will continue to be so. Now see if there are any related feelings such as dignity, potency, pride, self-respect or freedom. Notice any resistance to sense of success or worth and focus instead on making room in your mind for the good feelings. Now replay and savor past achievements or rewards or awards. Explore the sense that you have arrived and can take a breath and look back at the ground you have already covered. Now, feeling this sense of accomplishment or agency sinking into you, a resource you will have inside wherever you go. Imagine what it would be like to feel already accomplished and potent, and see if you can shift into a sense of these. Now, let it sink in that you can build on a foundation of what you have already done. Let ease spread through your body and mind and release any pressure or drivenness. Be aware of accomplishment or agency in the foreground of awareness, with also some sense of frustration or failure in the background. Perhaps just the idea of frustration or failure known in passing, or a sense of how this feels in your body, or a memory of being thwarted or falling short. Imagine or sense that accomplishment or agency plus related feeling of success and worth are connecting. If the frustration or failure soaking into them, like good news reaching and satisfying or longing insight, you could imagine that younger parts or layers of yourself are receiving the truth of the many things you have accomplished or caused to into being. Perhaps there is an image of a nurturing person who is holding you as a child, reassuring you that you will reach goals and get things done and make a difference. Then let go of any negative material and spend some seconds or more with only the positive experience. A few time over the next hour, be aware of only neutral positive material, such as a sense of accomplishment or agency, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of frustration or failure. Enthusiasm. I think the sweet spot in life is to pursue your dreams and take care of others with your whole heart, while not getting fixated on or stressed out about the results. In this place, you live with purpose and passion, but without losing your balance and falling into a sense of pressure, strain, or depletion. This sweet spot is very valuable, so take it in whenever you experience it. I'll refer to its various aspects with the umbrella term enthusiasm in the practice below. Notice when you are already enthusiastic, energized toward a goal without stressing about it. You could be looking forward to seeing a friend, having a good time with your kids over breakfast, motivated to finish a workout, eager to get to the bottom of what has been worrying your mate, fiercely committed to protecting your child from a bully, vigorously engaged with getting a project done at work, making music with gusto, or having a lively sense of teamwork with others. Also, you can create enthusiasm by recalling the sense of it in past activities. As you go through your day, look for opportunities to allow and encourage more of a sense of energy, passion in familiar, perhaps seemingly humdrum activities. Notice any inner inhibition about being vibrant, thrilled, just loud or intense, perhaps a fear of being too much for others, and see if you can let this inhibition go ahead and instead ignite your enthusiasm. Now open to enthusiasm, explore what it feels like and keep it going. Help it become intense and feel it in your body. Enjoy it. See how you can care about a goal without getting driven or upset about it. Explore the sense that you can work hard for something while also being pleased that you have done all you could, whatever the outcome may be. Embody your enthusiasm by revealing it to others, letting your face light up or moving and speaking more quickly. Intent and sense that enthusiasm is soaking into you, that you are naturally becoming more enthusiastic as a person. Really register the feeling of the sweet spot, that combination of being energized toward a goal without stressing about the result. Take in the sense of being enthusiastically engaged in the present without urging at a future result. Let yourself become both contented and lively. Be aware of enthusiasm and the blast or related feelings of apathy, depression, boredom, or numbness. At another time, you could be aware of both enthusiasm and drivenness or related feelings of pressure, worry about reaching a goal or a compulsion. Keep making enthusiasm a stronger feeling. Sense that enthusiasm is bringing life to the blast, perhaps connecting with an energizing parts of you that felt numb or suppressed. Nil enthusiasm spreading within you, becoming more and more your way of being. Then when you want to let go of any blah and feel only enthusiasm. Now, a few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as sense of enthusiasm, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of the blast. Feeling the fullness of this moment. Your brain is continually flooded by stimulation coming from your body and environment and from within the brain itself. A tiny fraction of this flood enters awareness, but there is still so much stimulation that attention spotlights only a small portion. We largely ignore the rest. This natural process gives you a great opportunity available anytime you like to widen your attention to include all the contents of awareness. When you open all the sounds, sights, tastes, touch, smell, thoughts, feelings, and desires in your mind, at any moment there is an almost overwhelming sense of fullness and enoughness. With so much here, who could want for anything more? For me, doing this practice is like looking down at a glass of soda water. Awareness is like the surface of the water, and all the little bubbles pop up, popping away are the various contents of experience emerging into consciousness. If you could watch these bubbles in slow motion, you would see that some are coming into being while others are passing away, much as sounds and feelings overlap one another in your mind. Now, when shifting your perspective to look at the side of the clear glass, you would see bubbles rising to breach the surface, like a coalition of synapses, taking a few tenths of a second to form the neural basis of sound or feeling coming into awareness. You experience life entirely on the surface, the world or on the surface of this movement of consciousness, and only imagine the neural activity that underlies it. Still, the incredible richness of these bubbles right now is thrilling and deeply satisfying all by itself. It helps that first to do this practice in a quiet place, perhaps with your eyes closed, so you don't feel too bombarded by stimuli. Then you can try it out in everyday life. Relax and become more aware of your body. Explore the many sensations of breathing, including how it feels in your stomach and hips, chest, upper lip and nose, throat, shoulders and neck. Notice how sensations continually pass away as new ones appear in the mind. Let it be okay that sensations keep changing. You can feel comfortable with letting go of your experience because they are endlessly renewed. Next, instead of attention skipping from one sensation of breathing to another one, see if you can pursue all the sensation of breathing at the same time, as if you are widening the spotlight of attention to include the whole stage of awareness. This widening is added by relaxing and softening, and by letting sensation come to you rather than reaching for them. In the beginning, it's normal to get a sense of the whole body breathing for just a second or two before attention and refocus on one sensation or another. But with practice, you will be able to sustain a sense of the whole for longer period. When you like, open attention even further to include more and more of the stream of consciousness. sound, sights, the shading or texture, if your eyes are closed, tastes, smells, and touches, as well as thoughts and feelings, images and desires. There is no need to keep track of all these little bubbles of experience fizzing into awareness. No need to label or make sense of them or connect them with one another. Just let every bit of experience come and go, as if your awareness were a net through which the river of time flows. The contents of this moment of experience be what's streaming this instant through the net. Become increasingly aware of the arriving of this stream, the many little things landing in awareness each moment, feeling you, giving to you, open to feeling almost overwhelmed by everything appearing in awareness. You get a sense of fullness in your mind, a sense of enoughness. See if you can find a sense of being so full you couldn't possibly want more. Be aware of any feeling of satisfaction or contentment. Open to this experience of fullness. Let it fill your mind. Keep giving over to it, helping it last. Let the sense of fullness sink into you. Imagine approaching life from feeling already full, and help the experience of this become a part of you. When you are fed by fullness, there is no need to hold on to anything or grasp for anything more. Be aware of fullness and any sense of shortage or lack. Keep renewing the sense of fullness, keeping it more prominent than shortage or lack. No or sense that fullness is connecting with shortage or lack. Like waves of fullness washing down into hollowed out or hungry place inside, soothing and filling them. Any sense of wanting or needing or insisting is falling away, replaced by fullness. When you let go of any sense of shortage or lack and stay with only fullness. A few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as a sense of fullness, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of sense of shortage or lack. Contentment. Contentment is a global sense of well-being combined with no wish whatsoever for this moment to be anything other than what it is. Pleasant experience passed through awareness with no need to hold on to them. You feel fulfilled in your core with no drivenness, greed, or possessiveness. Feeling full inside you are gorgeous. Generous with others. Notice any sense of contentment already present in the foreground or background of your awareness in many ordinary moments. Brushing teeth, stepping onto a bus, holding a child, reading a book, looking out of a window. There is already a sense of well-being. With no desire for anything else. Create contentment by thinking of things in the past or present that made you feel happy or fulfilled. Now directly call up the sense that your body has plenty of air and food, and your mind plenty of enjoyments. There is no need for anything more. You could also create a sense of contentment by now drawing on one or more of the key experiences in this section. Satisfaction such as gladness and gratitude or fullness of this moment. Now, once you find contentment, open to it, giving over to it, and letting it fill you. Help your feeling of contentment to be as strong and lasting as possible. Be wholly content. If you meditate on contentment, let it be your subject of attention and absorption. See what it's like to breathe, sit, walk, look, reach, speak, or act with contentment. Intent and sense that contentment is becoming a part of you. Imagine living in contentment and let the sense of this sink into you. As you become contentment is becoming you. There is no basis for any kind of drivenness toward anything inside you or out in the world. Be mindful of contentment in the foreground of awareness as well as discontent or related feelings such as disappointment, frustration, or loss. In the background, let contentment connect with and nourish any parts inside you, including young ones that are hungry or rattled. Then, when you want, let go of any negative material and just stay with contentment. A few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material such as a sense of contentment, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of feeling disconnected. Connections. When you experience connection, you are attaching to others, the systems goes green. Enter its responsive mode. You can build up both your capacity to be connected and your sense of feeling connected by regularly taking in a sense of feeling cared about, feeling valued, compassion and kindness, self-compassion, compassionate assertiveness, feeling like a good person and love. These attaching type experiences will have bonus benefits for you avoiding and approaching system. First, they will help you feel safe as our ancestors evolved in dangerous conditions, being physically and emotionally close to others in their group kept them alive. On the Serengeti Plains, exile was a death sentence. Today, feeling cared about, sends soothing, calming oxytocin into your brain alarm bell. The amygdala, it also increases cortisol receptor in your hippocampus. So this part of your brain now more quickly recognize that there is a plenty of cortisol, and it signals your hypothalamus more rapidly to quit calling for stress hormones. Second, feeling connected is satisfying. For example, social contact, play, and loving touch all release rewarding opioids in your brain. Love is a universal medicine. In some sense, the psyche can be divided into three parts: a core self, an inner nurture, and an inner critic. This idea is adapted from transactional analysis and more recent work on trauma. The inner nurture is caring, productive, guiding, and encouraging, while the inner critic is judging, belittling, doubting, fault finding, and shaming. A little bit of the inner critic is helpful, but during both childhood and adulthood, many of us acquire a loud and scathing inner critic and a relatively quiet and feeble inner nurture. The core self can feel beleaguered, getting yelled at by a big inner critic, while the inner nurturer murmurs kindly but helplessly in the corner. Now we all need a strong inner nurturer now, both to keep the inner critic in check and to give us the support life demands. Now you can grow this inner nurture each time you take in the key experience below. Feeling cared about. By feeling cared about, I mean feeling included, seen, liked, or loved. Even if the form of the caring has problems with it, right sense the good wishes for you in the other person's heart. My mother loved me dearly, but she often expressed it by telling me what I could do better, which became pretty irritating. Finally, I realized that I could look past her surface personality to the love behind it, like seeing a warm fire through a screen of vines, leaves, and thrones. I did this because it was good for me, but it also nurtured more peace between us. Notice any ways you already feel included, seen, liked, or loved. Perhaps there is a background sense of being part of a couple, a family, or a team at work, or create a feeling of being cared about. Recall a time you belonged to a group, felt understood, or were loved. Bring to mind one or more beings who care about you. You could think of a person, a group of people, a pet, or a spiritual being or force. The relationship does not need to be perfect, but in at least one slice of the relationship, you know you are cared about. If sadness or related feelings about not being cared about come up, be with them and then try to return your attention to ways that you have been truly cared about. Open to feeling cared about. Let this feel your mind and heart and become as intense as possible. Stay with it, help it last, make a sanctuary it in your mind, explore different aspects of this experience, such as how feeling included is different from feeling loved. What is it like to feel that you matter to someone or that you are cherished? You could embody this experience by placing a hand on your heart or on your cheek. You might imagine that a loving being is touching you gently. Reflect for a moment on how being cared about is important or relevant to you. Sense and intent that feeling cared about is sinking into you. Notice any difficulty with relating in a particular aspect of being cared about, such as feeling liked or loved, and then try to become more open to it as you feel more cared about deep down inside. See if there can be a letting go of any clinging in your relationships. Be aware of feeling care about and feeling not cared about. Give the positive experience stronger in awareness. Get a sense that feeling care about is touching places inside that have felt excluded, unseen, disliked, or unloved, and it is soothing them for feeling them feeling cared about does not change the facts of whatever has happened, but it can ease the pain of the past. Old feeling of hurt, including any from childhood or are being gradually replaced by a sense that others care about you. When you want let go of any negative material and just stay with feeling and care about a few times over the next hour for a dozen more seconds at a time. Be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as sense of feeling cared about, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger. Example: people, situation, ideas of feeling not cared about, feeling valued. As social animals, we all have powerful needs to feel valued rather than dismissed, shunned, humiliated, disrespected, scorned, disdained. As a child, you needed to feel cherished by your parents, praised by your teachers, and wanted by your person. An adult benefits from feeling sought after by potential mates, appreciated by his or her partner, respected by colleagues and managers, and not taken for granted by family. When these normal needs aren't met, it's natural to develop feeling of inadequacy mingled with hurt and anger, and the tendencies in relationship to the extreme of clinging or distance. On the other hand, when your needs are met through experiences of feeling valued, you develop a healthy sense of worth, which paradoxically modes humility and giving heart. Notice when there is already a sense of worth or being recognized in your mind. Notice when others stir up this feeling in you, such as with praise or respect. Create experience of feeling valued by remembering a time you were complimented or acknowledged. Times you knew you were appreciated, perhaps after some contribution or the generosity. At times you were wanted, sought after, chosen. Consider that you value thus, but don't always show it. In the same way, others value you, but don't always show it. Consequently, put in a correction for the factor in which you intuit more of the valuing that others do have for you. Expand your notion of being valued to include a sense of people thinking any of these things about you. You made a difference. You helped me. I'm glad you are in my life. You are good at this. You are interesting and talented. The team is better with you on it. You contribute. You are special. I respect you. Look for little ways that others appreciate you. When you feel valued, open to it. Explore different aspects of this experience. Help it last and become more intense. Perhaps imagine a cheering squad of friends and family rooting for you, clapping and praising you. Imagine talking to yourself in a caring way as you would speak with a friend who was feeling unwanted or second rate or a loser. Imagine telling yourself firmly how you make a difference for others and what your particularly good qualities are. Embody a sense of worth by sitting as if you respect yourself, or by walking across a room with dignity like someone who adds value. Feel a sense of worth sinking into you, spreading through your mind like a golden mist. Let a sense of having value grow inside you. Imagine what it would be like to be at work with this sense of being valuable, or at home or in an important relationship. Let yourself move into this sense of being, and let move into you as the sense of worth sinks ever more deeply into you. Any need to impress other or to prove yourself falls away. Be aware of feeling valued as well as any feeling of inadequacy or related feeling of smallness, worthlessness, or shame. Keep refocusing on feeling valued, wanted worthy sense that feeling valued, appreciated, respected, even treasured is connecting with feeling of inadequacy, easing any old pain, reassuring you deep down and gradually replacing inadequacy with feelings of worth. Now let feeling valued touch part of yourself that have felt devalued. dismissed, distant, unwanted, then let go of any negative material and focus only on feeling of worth. A few times over the next hour for a dozen more seconds at a time, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as a sense of worth, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of feeling inadequate. Compassion and kindness. Compassion is the wish that a living being not suffer and is usually combined with feeling of sympathetic concern. Kindness is the wish that being be happy, usually with feeling of warmth in everyday life. The two often melt together with related feeling of helpfulness, friendliness, and support. So we will consider them together here. While compassion can feel softly sad, which is of course perfectly appropriate, and find the cultivation of it through a practice like the one just below can also activate reward centers in your brain to give you a greater sense of its sweetness and beauty. Notice when you order to feel compassion or kindness, also create this experience by calling to mind the person, a group of people or a pet you care about, perhaps offer for good wishes to them, such as by saying to yourself, may you be at peace, open to compassion and kindness. Let this feeling fill your mind and body, becoming more intense. Give yourself over to them and help them last. The sense into your chest, near your heart, and imagine warmth spreading there. Bring a friend to mind and send compassion and kindness to him or her. Perhaps by saying things to yourself such as, may you be safe, healthy, happy, and live with ease. Try this with other sorts of people, including those you really appreciate, those you feel neutral about, such as strongers on the street, and perhaps even those who have mistreated you. You can extend your warmth and good wishes to people you will never know, letting your compassion and kindness radiate to include the whole world. See what it feels like to send your good wishes out to all living beings, including animals and plants. Embody compassion or kindness by murmuring comfort as you might when seeing a friend in a pain, or as appropriate by extending your arms out as if you were cradling or hugging someone. Let compassion and kindness sink into you, like the sun's warmth into your skin. Make room in yourself for these feelings. Let yourself shift into becoming kinder, more compassionate, and as this happens, let any anger or ill will toward others fall away. Be aware of compassion and kindness as well as any indifference or ill will toward others, and related feelings such as jealousy, envy, anger, resentment, or vengeance. Keep renewing your warm-heartedness, sensing it, connecting with, and gradually infusing indifference or ill will. Let compassion and kindness touch any anger inside you. Feel what it's like to see another person clearly, while also having compassion and kindness toward him or her. See what it's like to know that someone has mistreated you, and to want justice, while at the same time wishing that he or she not suffer and instead be truly happy. Feel compassion and kindness sinking into any place inside that have felt pinched or toward others, loosening and feeling and warming them. Then let go of any negative material and feel only compassion and kindness. Now, a few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as a sense of compassion and kindness, while also bringing to mind a neutral or of indifference or ill will. Self-compassion. This is simply the application of compassion toward yourself, often with related feelings, such as a sense that many others have difficulties and pains like your own. Studies have shown that self-compassion lowers stress and self-criticism while increasing resilience and self-worth. Self-compassion is not feeling sorry for yourself or wallowing helplessly. If anything, it makes you stronger. Yet, many people who find it easy to be compassionate toward others find it hard to be compassionate toward themselves. And before opening to your self-compassion, it could help to prime the pump with the practice of feeling cared about, found at the beginning of this section. Now notice when you already have feeling warmth, support or compassion toward yourself, also create a sense of self-compassion by deliberately extending warmth and good wishes to yourself, recognize some of the ways that you are hurting, burdened or stressed, including overall small matters. Now how do you feel toward a friend experiencing similar things? Now, you would probably feel sympathetic and caring and wish that your friend did not suffer no matter how suddenly. Can you feel this way toward yourself? Open to self-compassion and let it fill you. Help it last and become more intense. Notice any resistance to self-compassion and try to make room in your heart for it, in your mind out loud. Say compassionate things to yourself, such as I wish I felt better. May this pain pass. You can be specific, such as saying to yourself, may I find work soon, or I will be loved again, no, or I hope this chemotherapy goes well. Give returning to self-compassion, not letting yourself get hijacked by upset or pain. Embody this experience by placing a hand on your heart or cheek, or by patting your arm gently as you would that of a friend in need. Feel self-compassion sinking into you, becoming a part of you, a resource inside wherever you go. Sense inside a growing warmth toward yourself and a sweetness, caring and strength on your own behalf. As the self-compassion shifts down into you, see if you can feel a growing ease and peace in your relationships. Be aware of self-compassion alongside self-criticism or other stress or pain, such as a headache, grievance, or loss. Imagine or sense that self-compassion is connecting with self-criticism, gently putting whatever happened in perspective, softening any harsh inner voices. Let knowing that many other people also have your faults, ease any shame. Imagine that younger parts of you are receiving compassion, are taking in tender sympathetic concern, then let go of any negative material and just feel self-compassion. There times over the next hour be aware of only neutral or positive material such as self-compassion while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of self-criticism. Feeling like a good person. Everyone has good qualities, such as patience, determination, awareness, forgiveness, honesty, kindness, and love. See this page in chapter 6. Recognizing these qualities in yourself is simply seeing reality clear eyes. Like recognizing good food in your cupboard or goodness in another person. Even if you, like me, have done things worthy of remorse, they do not wipe out your good qualities. You are still a fundamentally good person. Unfortunately, many people have a hard time feeling this. But if you repeatedly take in the sense of being a good person, you will feel more reassured about it inside and more confident when dealing with others. Notice any underlying sense of being a good person that's already present, such as a background knowing of your basic decency, or create this experience. Speak a good character quality that you know. Now you have it could be persistence, a desire for justice, or a warm heart. And think of one or more example of it. Be aware of any blocks to recognize the facts of this good quality, such as remembering exception to it. Let them go and then come back to the ways this good quality actually true about you. You get a sense of any feelings or sensation related to the good quality. Consider how this part of you benefits others. Let yourself feel glad about having this good quality. Repeat this for a few other good qualities you have. Then as you go through your day, notice some of your day good wishes toward others and your good qualities in action. Let this recognition specific good intentions and actions become a more general sense of the goodness inside you and growing conviction that you are indeed a good person. Open to a sense of the goodness inside you. You will true and natural kindness, decency, responsibility, perseverance, and other hormonal qualities. Now, what do these qualities feels like? Stay with the experience of your goodness, protect it, make a sanctuary of it in your mind. Know that you don't have to be special to be a good a person, softer inside, with perhaps relief or joy. Ja, at feeling like a good person, let the sense of goodness fill you. Embody this experience by letting goodness show in your face. Sit, stand, walk, and walk while feeling like a good person. Register it when you do good things for others. Feel goodness spreading inside you like warmth or light becoming a part of you. Sense the conviction growing in your mind that you are a good person. Imagine yourself in challenging situation or relationships while having a strong sense of your goodness, and then let this way of being sink in, feeling and knowing the good that is in you. There is no need to act from guilt or shame or to cling to reassurance from this. Be aware of both your goodness and any shame or related feelings of being tainted, damaged goods, unlovable, defective, doomed, or a bad person. Keep re-establishing a strong sense of your goodness, including aspects of it such as caring, decency, and good intentions. Know that whatever is good in you can be obscured, but never lost. Sense that the good in you is touching shame and related feelings, bringing light and warmth into the like the rising sun, reaching into the darkest shadows. Now feel the goodness in you, now while also being aware of and caring toward any parts inside that we dirty or bad. When you want, let go of the negative material and simply rest in feelings of goodness, such as wishing others well. A few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as a sense of being a good person, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of shame or related feelings. It's natural to have needs and wants in our relationships. If we don't speak up for them, they are less likely to be met. But if we push for them without taking the other persons into account, they are also less likely to be met, especially over time. Passionate assertiveness is where heart and strength come together, twin pillars of healthy relationship. Then you act with integrity and wish others well while also taking care of yourself. You maintain your boundaries and say what you need to say, and if need be say it again. You can communicate with dignity and gravity without getting sucked into pointless quarreling. You are loving while not waving your rights or getting exploited. Each time you register the combination of compassion and assertiveness, it deepens your capacity to be direct, revealed, and free with others. And as you feel stronger, more independent, and autonomous, you will feel even more comfortable in the depth of intimacy. Now, notice any ways you already feel assertive. Now, you go through your day. Now, be aware of times when you are clear, firm, purchase you are fully expressed. Notice how this feels, especially when it feels good. Notice that others are usually fine with your assertiveness. In particular, notice when goodwill and strength are both present in your heart, and how this feels, and what the results are in your relationships. Also create the combination of compassion and assertiveness. Recall a time you felt both kind and strong, or imagine being this way in a relationship and how it would feel. You could think of someone you like and respect who is loving while still being very much his or her own person, and then imagine how it would feel to be a little more like this person. Stay with feeling, caring, and assertive. Now let the sense of this feel your arms and chest and face. Now breathe deeply. Now help this feeling grow inside in your own mind. Stand up for your right to stand up. Now know that you have rights of your own, and that Whether others are happy or not is primarily in their hands, not yours. Remember or imagine the sense of being both loving with someone and comfortable expressing yourself fully. Embody this experience by letting dignity and authority come into your face and voice while also being caring and kind. Let feeling compassionately assertive sink into you. Let yourself reshape around this new way of being as you feel more relaxed and independent in your relationships and also more compassionate in them. Let yourself feel more at peace with others, more like centered and balanced. Let any feelings of neediness or her quarreling fall away. Aware of both compassion and assertiveness and any sense of being weak in relationship or related feelings of being squelched, dominated, silenced, or pushed to the margins. Keep the combination of strength and caring in the foreground of your awareness, gradually connecting with any sense of weakness in the background of awareness. Let nurturing strength reach for and touch places inside, including young ones that felt weak or overrun. When you want, let go of any negative material and stay with feeling compassionately assertive. A few times over the next hour, be aware of only neutral or positive material, such as feeling compassionately assertive, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of feeling weak in relationships. Love is deep, powerful, often intense feeling of affection, caring, sweetness, and commitment. It is usually applied to others. Though it is possible to feel love for the new natural world, humanity as a whole, God. In whatever way you experience or imagine this and oneself, whether you feel loved or feel loving, love is love, whether it's coming in or going out. When you are resting in love, any knots of longing or clinging can loosen and fall away. Find any sense already present in your awareness of being connected to others who like you, who wish you well. There could be a feeling in your mind that someone loves you. Also find the warmth that is already inside you, the good wishes or others in the foreground or background of your awareness. Be aware of any sense already present of nurturance, productions, providing or caring. Perhaps someone is on mind and there is love in the mix of thoughts and feelings about this person. Also create a sense of being loved by bringing to mind someone who loves you or has loved you. Recall or imagine being with this person. She, his or her face. Be aware of the love for you in his or her heart. Let yourself experience being loved. Consider other people who have loved you over the years or who love you in your life today. Then let it land again and again, and that you are loved. Include pets or spiritual being if you like. Bring to mind a wider range of relationships, soaking in the fact that many people have included, liked, or grateful to you. Even more broadly, explore the sense of being connected to humanity and nature and the universe, recognizing and feeling both your own place and your belonging within a greater whole. Try to find a sense of feeling loved enough already. It is fine to wish for more love while also letting yourself feel loved enough. Then you don't have to chase love or try to influence what is happening in the minds of others so that they will think or great or want to be with you or near you. Any sense of stress or worry about love is falling away. Any pain or less, no loss or longing. Create a sense of being loving by bringing to mind someone you love. Think of those you love, like her or appreciate. Think of people for whom you feel compassion. Think of people you feel happy to see. Nurture the feeling of love itself. Get a sense of love flowing outward from you. Open to feeling loved, help it last and grow. and become fuller in you. Open to feeling loving with warmth and caring and good wishes radiating from you. Let feeling loved and feeling loving together into a single sense of love. Love washing into and out of you. Abiding simply as love. If you like, meditate on love. Make it your object of attention and absorption. See what it's like to breathe. See it walk, look, reach, speak, or act with love. Feel and know that love is spreading inside you. Let your mind rest now on and take the shape of love. Imagine living from love and let the sense of this sink in. As you become love and love is becoming you, there is no basis for any clinging or other disturbance in your relationship. Feel love in the foreground of awareness as well as any hurt or related feeling such as anger in the background. Let love touch and soothe the heart. Inhaling love, exhaling love. Feel your love reaching down into parts of yourself that haven't felt properly loved. See if you can get a sense of these parts, receiving love and softening around it. When you want, let go of any negative material and stay with love. A few times over the next hour, be aware of all neutral or positive material, such as a sense of love, while also bringing to mind a neutral trigger of feeling hurt. Then, in the days to come, trust in love, remarkably more than any other kind of experience. Love brings you home, home to the resting state of your brain. Home to inner strength and peace, home to your own good nature. As you love in ways large and small, the effects will ripple outward to touch others, both known and unknown, helping to bring both them and your home to happiness. As I hope you have found, taking in the good can be very powerful for a person. Additionally, this practice has implications that move beyond the individual to the wider world. The reactive mode of the brain has worked very well for survival for most of human history, but today it is stressing over whole planet for more than 99% of the past 60 million years. Our human and primate ancestors lived in small hunter-gatherer group in which staying alive required identifying with us and mistrusting and often start attacking them. Now, these reactive tendencies fuel conflicts between political ethnic and religious groups and tensions and aggregation between nations. It's no less alarming for becoming a clash. We have armed a stone age brain with nuclear weapons. Meanwhile, the fearful, greedy, and self-centered reactive setting of the brain promotes a kind of gorging of the Earth's limited resources that is causing deforestation, mass extinctions, and global warming. The objective conditions in the of our primate and human ancestors routinely forced their brains to go right into the reactive settings. There was no way they could consistently reliably meet their basic needs for safety, satisfaction, and connection. But the human species now actually does have the resources and to know how to protect, feed, and care about every single person. We could do this if we choose to do it. This possibility has never happened before, and it is taking a while for this new reality to sink in. How we manage this unprecedented opportunity will be the central storyline of the next 100, if not thousands years. To fulfill this opportunity, we can't just improve external conditions such as access to clean water or to education. As important as these it's been possible for at least a generation to meet every person's fundamental needs. Yet this hasn't been done, and much poverty and injustice persist around the world, even in developed countries such as the United States. Much fear, frustrations, and heartache persist in daily life, given the brain's bias toward going right. We must improve internal condition as well inside the mind through building up inner strengths and the bond deep ongoing sense that core needs are already met. Then we won't be so vulnerable to the commercial and political manipulations that work only when we have an underlying sense of deficit or disturbance. Imagine a world in which a critical mass of human brains, 100 millions, a billion or more, spend most, if not all of each day in the responsive mode. Eventually, there would come a tipping point, a qualitative alternation in the course of human history. People would still lock their doors at night, still reach for a profit, and still disagree and compete with even another. They would still need to be guided by values and virtues, but the ancient internal fires of fear, frustration, and heartache be banked low or extinguished for lack of fail. Remember how you feel yourself when you are resting in the basic sense of peace, contentment, and love. Remember what it's like to be with others who are also rested in this state of being. Imagine what your family would be like, your workplace, and your community too, if most everyone in were centered in the responsive mode, in the green setting of the brain. Take it a step further and imagine how business would treat the people working in them, how governments would operate, and how a nation might treat one another. This is not a utopian vision. The responsive mode of the is our home base for our sake and our children's sake. I hope we come home soon. So we have completed our this book as well, and it's very it was very interesting. And I guess we should stop here and we'll start from tomorrow, like with fresh. I'm going to stop here right now because it's 12 o'clock, so we have decided that we'll actually, like, after 12 o'clock, I have to do some of the work as well. So, yeah, just because of that, I'm going to end this live streaming. But it was like really good that we have completed our 17th day of challenge as well. So it's okay, like right now I'm not completing 2 hours, but as of now the chapter has, it's not a chapter actually, but the uh, book itself has finished. So let's complete this and let's do something else that we have to do. Like we can sometime what you know, like you are challenging, you are committing yourself, so it doesn't mean that you have force yourself. I said earlier as well, like I told earlier as well, you don't have to force yourself, give yourself time, like take breaks, be peaceful, be relaxed, don't force yourself like that, but be consistent, like give your time. If there is really nothing like there is one thing, you can't go continually in the sense without stopping, without taking any rest, without relaxing, then you will be like, you will be what we say, there is one word that I'm not getting, that let's say if you are doing something regularly, not regular not consistent, but without any stops, breaks, rests, relaxes, then somewhere you will be like tired, and you won't be able to continue that. So in between those, you have to take a rest, you have to keep pauses, you have to keep breaks, and it will fuel your energy, fuel your energy. So that's it for today, and we have completed our book, and we are going to read another next book, which will be, I guess, Why We Sleep. We are going to read Why We Sleep. Okay, this book, Why We Sleep. This is, so let's end our live streaming here, and thank you very much if you are being in my live streaming. But yeah, that's all for today, and bye bye, see you.